What?
This is like, this is bad. No, I won't say who told me this story, but I will just tell the story because I don't know if they want this story told, but I think it's very funny. So I know someone who went to a school in quite a rough area, and one of the things that happened in that school while they were at school is children were frequently abducted.
What the fuck?
But like they wouldn't disappear. What would happen is they'd get abducted. Right, and it turned out it was the older students doing this. It was like the sixth formers. They'd like drive up next to like the younger kids and go, get in the car, and like force them in the car, then drive them to a nearby town, and then just like kick them out the car and make them walk home. And then the kid would come into school like a day later, and all the other kids would just laugh at them, saying like because they were like one of the victims of abduction. And the school was like, none of the kids would take it seriously. They'd always be like, ha! And just laugh at the people that got abducted. So what happened was they did an assembly where the teacher was like talking about how serious this was, and then right as the assembly ended, two people burst in ski masks and grabbed the teacher, drag her out. None of the students do anything to try and stop this. They put her in the back of a van and then speed off, but the doors weren't closed, so she fell out and hit her head on the ground. And then she sued the school because apparently the whole abduction thing with the teacher specifically was staged to scare the kids into thinking about how real this was and see if they'd actually like do something serious. So she sued the school because she got injured.
Oh my god, what the
Anyway, that story just reminded me of that.
Yeah, guys,
I
don't
can't
get
prove that
into
happened
cars
because-
with strangers, or if something like that happens, switch school,
No,
please.
don't do that because I almost did once, and I remember it was the stupidest thing I almost nearly did. Because Josh broke his arm once really bad when we were kids. He fell off. I told him not to do something. He did it, and then he fell off and he snapped his arm. It was as if he had two elbows. Like imagine how your arm bends like this,
God,
and then
no,
bent
no,
again here.
no. Ugh.
It was like it was broken real bad. And I wanted to take him home, and a guy was driving past in a car. And I'm gonna be real, this was the most yobbo fucking Fiat Punto guy. Looked like he was on heroin, like driving around. It was Mansfield, you know. The guy looked like he was driving around on fucking smack. And I just saw the car, and I was gonna like hail him down and be like, "Take us home." And then I thought about it. I'm like, "This is stupid." And then didn't
Yeah,
do
you
it.
should not do that, especially with your injured brother.
Because I didn't know if he could walk. Because he looked like he was about to pass out. Because his arm was bleeding and he snapped it in twain.
Call an ambulance, maybe?
Yeah, that's scary.
But getting in a car with a stranger is not scary.
But it was just kind of spur of the moment. I saw him driving past. I was like, should I like hail him down like a cab?
Oh my god.
But he was definitely a smackhead. So
Yeah,
I
don't
didn't
get into cars with strangers, guys.
bother. No.